Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Okay, so I had the craziest stuff in the history. Hold on, I gotta switch that up. She is. I don't know why I replayed it wasn't supposed to. I have had literally the craziest stuff world this morning in the studio. Unbelievable. I can't explain it. I don't know what's going on. I want you to tell me something though. In my headphones, the sound right now it's like I sound like Darth Vader. Do I sound like Darth Vader to you? That is the question that I have. As if I do, this is going to be really like the weirdest episode of hashtag Rise and Grind ever. So, if you guys could respond real quick, let me know how I said to you. It's like Darth Vader? I bet you it is. I can't tell. I don't know why it's doing that. I have no idea why it's doing that. Everything, it's creepy, right? Dude, I don't know why it's doing that. Literally, everything was going perfect this morning. I got here nice and early. Everything was great. And then, right before I would hit go live, like literally right before I went to go live, all of a sudden Darth Vader voice started coming through. And I don't know how to fix it. Let me try one thing. I'm gonna try one thing. Dude, it has nothing to do with my mixer. That's the easiest part. It's doing it on the other mic also. It's got nothing to do with the mixer whatsoever. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try this. Go audio capture. Let's go Zoom audio device. And then I'm gonna switch this. Like, I really don't understand why it's in this. It's making no sense. I'm gonna try something else. Just a second. Audio settings. It's so crazy.
How about now? How about now? Oh! Is that okay? I can't, yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. It's got something to do with these audio settings. Dude, I can't even tell you. Dude, I am dead. This morning has been absolutely insane. Alright, so, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Listen, you have a good Arnold accent. This is the time to use it. Okay, alright, how we doing now? Everybody good? Everybody good? Do we have good sound? Go ahead and put it in the comments and let me know that you guys have good sound at this point. Now I hear you with some static. Okay, now we have static. Okay, we don't want static. Some static. Okay, what is going on here? This is the craziest stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go back to here. How about here? We're gonna get through this morning. This is what we do. This is what we do. We come together. I hear lots of static too. Why don't? How about? Okay, hold up. Static. Everybody saying static. What's up? It's Monday. That's okay. Hey, we're here. We're together. We're gonna get through it. It's only annoying to me and you this morning. It won't be annoying to everybody later. I still got lots of static. Static, static, static. Dude, this is so weird. I don't know why it did this. and I don't know what to do. Okay, hold on. I'm going to try something. Where is that static coming from? What about that? Let's try that. Dude, this is so crazy. Okay, why won't the static go away? Are you guys still getting all that static? All right, you guys are like, all right, dude, we got to figure this out. We ain't got time for all this nonsense. I can't tell if the static is going away. Okay, Jeff Baker says perfect. BG says still, dang, same thing. I don't know where the static is coming from. Like, I really don't understand. I've even switched to the microphone to where, well, it's still coming through this microphone. I tried to switch it to where it wasn't coming through this microphone. Let me try something. I'm gonna turn.
Here. All right. You guys should now have good sound, I think. You should have good sound, and I can just take the headphones off this morning, and we'll just get real and raw. No voice. Okay, good. Much better. Lisa Guillen says much better. Worst vacuum cleaner noise, but no audio from you there. No voice. Okay, good. Hey, dude, it's been like this all morning. And I got here nice and early, right? I like cracked the doors of the studio. I cracked the doors like nice and early, 4:55. And I went through some settings, and all the video settings were messed up on the show. Like all of them. And then I got all those knocked out. And then I went to go, as soon as I went to go live, all of a sudden my voice was like straight up Darth Vader in the headphones. I don't know. I don't get it at all. But you know what? It's fun. I'm happy to be here. It's a live show. You guys deal with this stuff with me, and I'm sorry. But I do. I have a great show for you this morning. So here's what we're going to do now. Now that we got all that figured out, now we're going to start over. Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, my friend? How are you today? Today is Monday. That's right. Today is Monday, March 18th. Woo, good thing I got that thing right there behind me to remind me what day it is. Today is Monday, March 18th, 2019. And what's incredible is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be. First and last time it'll ever be. I don't even need this mic. Why am I talking into this mic? It's the first and last time it will ever be Monday, March 18th, 2019. So we want to make sure we make the absolute most of this incredible day. And I got to tell you, spring is here, my friends. Spring is here. Today we've got a high of a whopping 47 degrees. So it might not be too warm today, but guess what? It's on the horizon. I looked at the extended forecast, and we've got some awesome weather headed our way. Now, of course, on the other side of that, I personally will be headed to New York. So it's going to be warm here in Kentucky. I'm not sure how warm it's going to be up there, but I'm going to be heading out there again, which is incredible. Wednesday night, I will have the opportunity to meet some people with Forbes Entertainment. That's right. You heard it here. You heard it here first. Forbes Entertainment. So Forbes magazine, they're doing a special session with Dr. Eric Thomas. They're doing a special session with Dr. Eric Thomas, and he has invited me to go out so that I can meet some of these people with Forbes Entertainment. I got to tell you, I'm super excited for the opportunity to do just that. I'm going to get this mic out of the way since I'm not using it. Super excited for the opportunity to meet the people at Forbes Entertainment and share this incredible experience with Dr. Eric Thomas. So I will be in New York. It's going to be warm here in Kentucky, but hopefully it won't be too bad up there. Now this weekend for me, I don't know about you, but this weekend for me has been absolutely crazy. And I was going to show you a bunch of pictures, but I didn't have time because my voice and the sound and everything got all Darth Vadered. But it was an interesting weekend for me because I had 6 kids. That's right. Count them. 6 kids that all had the flu. Every single one of them officially diagnosed with the flu. So for the weekend, it's been interesting. Like my wife and I watching her do all the things that she has to do, organizes. My house has basically been like a hospital, is basically the only way to describe it. The house has been like a hospital. She's got everybody's different meds that she's had running. So she's running everybody's meds and making sure each person gets the right doses at the right time. Try keeping track of all that, man. You got one kid needs this, another kid needs this. They're on different fevers and different schedules and so on and so forth. So we spent the weekend running triage at the Lundy house, calling it the Flundy house this weekend. And so that was kind of crazy, but the kids are coming around. They're doing okay. My wife is an absolute pro. She knows what she's doing. I just had to basically stay out of the way most of the time and let her do her thing. But that was crazy. There was also some moments through all that with lack of sleep and all the chaos. You know, my wife and I, we had a couple little moments where we weren't necessarily connecting like we normally do. You know, having a little tougher time necessarily communicating the way that we would normally like to communicate is the best way to put that. But we got that all settled, man. At one point, I just had to grab my wife and just like grab her in and just be like, honey, this is the season. We're going to get through this. We're going to be okay. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm not as good as she is at these things. And so we had our moments, a little bit of stress, but then we were able to pull it back together because we're stronger together than we are apart. And her and I both know and recognize that. Friday morning was chaos because I missed an interview with the one and only Mr. Kevin Martin. I missed an interview with him. Some of you got to witness that live, that little bit of a train wreck that I had when I slept in an extra, 3 hours, I think it was? Yeah, I slept in an extra 3 hours on Friday after just having a chaotic night with the flu and all that stuff. So that's kind of how my weekend started. Church, however, this Sunday was absolutely amazing. I mean, Southland Christian Church, if you ever get a chance, you got to attend this place. Church was amazing. My man, John Weiss, just absolutely put it down. They've been running a series over these last couple weeks that has been really, really, really powerful. So in church, he was talking about a tall tale. And one of the tall tales that we tell ourselves is that we always need to just follow our heart. And sometimes our hearts can lead us astray. Our hearts can lead us down a path that is not necessarily the path of the truth, is not necessarily the way that we need to be going. And so he kind of tackled that myth of that we always need to just follow our heart, because that's not always the case. And sometimes our hearts can lead us down the wrong way. So that was really a great service. And then my boys at Kentucky, the UK Wildcats, got knocked out of the SEC conference by Tennessee. The same team that knocked them out, the same team got beat by 20 points by Auburn yesterday in the championship. So the Cats got knocked out by Tennessee. Tennessee then got knocked out by 20 stinking points by the 5th ranked team in the nation. So the craziest part about that is that my boys, the Wildcats, they were actually up. They were up 8 points Dude, they were up 8 points with 2.5 minutes left in the game. They had an opportunity. They should have won that game. And they lost it. They lost it. And I noticed something. I saw something in that game. I saw something really interesting. It seemed like the players, they thought the game was already over. Like they thought they had already won. They had this 8-point lead. There was only 2.5 minutes left. Like they played as though they thought the game was over. They had already won. They had crossed the finish line. And clearly, as you can tell by the results, they were wrong. Clearly, they were wrong. So it was a false finish line, right? They thought they had it made. They thought the game was over. They were already counting their chickens, as they say. And it was a false finish line. And now where are they? Well, they're sitting at home, licking their wounds, wishing they would have pushed through and fought a little harder in those last 2.5 minutes. So we're going to dive into these false finish lines that appear in our lives. We're going to talk about that a little bit this week. But first, let's dance. Let's see. We got the music. Did I at least get the music part right? Yes, I believe I got the music part right. This is the instrumental. We got the instrumental version from my man Tony with the keys, so I can talk over it and I can say good morning to you and you can say good morning to me. So for those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right, I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we could change the way people start their day, we can make a massive impact on this planet. You can make a massive impact on this planet. So I need you to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you and you're going to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, I want you to say what's up. I'll holler back at you. Just like I am my girl Janelle Griego. I see her up there. What's up, Casey Rossiter? How are you? Looks like Liza Myers-Borges is in here and Leanne Rhinesmith. Holy smokes. You guys already have... what is my computer doing now? I'm having a morning. You guys already have 459 comments on this thing. What the heck? Naomi, how are you? Good morning. I can't see them all, though, for some reason, because that's the way my morning's going today. Jeremy Noling, how are you, sir? 475. It will not... Facebook. Look, how about Instagram? Jocks Terry's on Instagram. Day Edder's on Instagram. I know I saw my man Josh O is up in here, but no, for some reason it will not let me see. Maybe if I click on this, it will not let me see all of the comments. There we go. Now it's pulling up. My goodness. My goodness, I'm having a morning. There we go. Oh, there's all kinds of people up in here. What's up, Lindsay I? Good morning. Tabby Negret. Scott Holbert's up in here and Vicky Everett. How you doing? Chris McLaughlin, Shauna Phillips. Pam Pridemore is up in here. Amy Bach, Karen Parrish, George Fleming. Oh my goodness, this place is packed. I'm over here looking like a fool this morning, and there's people everywhere. What's up, Yvonne, Leah? I am so ready to tackle the next level with you. It's going to be amazing. Dana Fishbean's up in here. That's right. There we go. Look at all that. Carrie Lynn Carter. How are you, Carrie? Are you going to go redhead or what? I saw you post that you could maybe go red hair, and I thought, well, that will be interesting. Let's see what Carrie looks like with little red hair. How you doing, Ben Kusick? He's up in here this morning. And Danielle Marie. Mr. Mike Brockway, my favorite note taker's up in the building today. Michael Ray Combs is up in here. We got all kinds of people here in hashtag Rise and Grind. I'm going to go and clear that out. All right, cool. You guys ready to rock and roll? You guys ready to get down to this? You guys are like, come on, man. Let's get this together. Get yourself together Monday morning, Glenn Lundy. Get it together. I know that's what you guys are telling me. Listen, I got to tell you a couple things before we get rolling. Hold up. Check it out. Boom. How about boom again? Hey, we got a conference coming up. It's called Hustle and Grind Con. If you haven't heard already, I'm telling you about it now. I need you to be there. It's in Orlando, April 4th and 5th. And what's great is we've joined forces with Carlone.com. carloan.com, and carloan.com is an incredible service. It's awesome. If you're looking to generate leads in automotive, if you are having trouble getting a car loan as far as credit wise, I need you to go to carloan.com. It's going to tell you all about how you can do that. But what's great is we have partnered up with Carloan, and we are going to be able to put on a conference that is going to be unlike any experience you've ever had before. The speaker lineup is absolutely insane. I mean, absolutely insane. The speaker lineup and the overall value that you're going to be able to get from this conference is incredible. So make sure that you attend. Make sure that you're there. You do not want to miss Hustle and Grind Con 2019. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now, I was going to show you some pictures, but I didn't get them, so we'll just go ahead and skip over that. No big deal. I was going to let you know, my man Aaron Jones, he came by, and he built this amazing bookcase, and I still am having the most trouble I've ever had on a show. He built this amazing bookcase for me right next door, and I don't have pictures of it for you right now, but you can go on my page, Glenn Lundy, on Facebook, official Glenn Lundy, and you can see some pictures of this amazing built-in bookshelf that he made. He's got this company called Made Construction, and they're absolutely incredible. So he came in last week, put in this bookshelf. He actually torched the wood, just like on this Rise and Grind flag right here. This is handcrafted, and this flag's got like torched wood. Like and so he went and torched the wood on my shelving to make sure that it matched exactly with what I got going on with these Rustic America flags, which if you haven't got your flag yet, you can get one at rusticamerica.com/Rise and Grind. You can get your flag. So anyways, he built this bookshelf over there, and he made it to match my Rustic America flag, which is incredible. And what's interesting is it's already beautiful, right? He put it all in, and he like hand built every single little detail of it. He made it with perfect precision. He like installed it perfectly into the wall, so it looks like it came with the building, like it was already a part of it. Doesn't look like something external. He paid attention to every single fine detail. And just, I mean, the craftsmanship on it is absolutely incredible. And from the outside right now, if you look at it, to some, it might look like it's already finished. Like it looks like it's already done because, it's gorgeous. And so at first glance, you might think it's already finished. But what's interesting is actually over these next 3 days, on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, they're going to be coming in and they're going to be sanding it down. They're going to be putting some primer on it. They're going to be putting this awesome like oil paint that's just going to make it absolutely beautiful. And so I find it really interesting that it already seems finished, and it's already like kind of beautiful in the state that it's in, but it's not. It's not finished yet. As a matter of fact, it's not even close to what it's going to look like when it's a finished product. Like it hasn't even reached its full beauty yet. And seriously, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. And it hasn't even reached its full beauty yet because it's just not finished. It's not done. And so this week, I kind of wanted to dive in because I noticed the thing with the Kentucky and the finish line, and I got the bookshelves, and it's not quite finished. I had some conversations with my mom and my sister and stuff, and I wanted to dive into that this week. These false finish lines, these places in our life where we think that they're done, we think that that's going to be the end game, and it's just not real. It's false. And those false finish lines can be destructive. They can really be destructive to our power and our awareness of them, knowing that they exist. Knowing about these false finish lines can actually take you to a whole nother level in your life that you never experienced before. I was at a dealership in Paris, Kentucky for 8 years. I was there for 8 years, and I've been in automotive altogether for 20 years. And while I was at that store, I started off as a salesperson. Then I went from a salesperson to a sales manager. And then I went from a sales manager to a general sales manager. I went from a general sales manager to a general manager. And I really, along the way, becoming the general manager was always like the finish line for me. I always thought if I could just get into that GM role, I can make a big impact. I can make a big influence. And I did. I got into that general manager role and we crushed it. I mean, we grew the dealership over that period of time. We were able to grow the dealership 800% in 5 years, which is just massive, unheard of growth. So we were able to grow the dealership and I was able to do a lot. And the whole time I kind of thought the GM position would be the finish line for me. And then I got that GM position and I really enjoyed that GM position. I loved every minute of it. There wasn't a day that I went to work that I didn't really just absolutely love being at work and the people that I worked with and what I got to do for a living. I loved it. And then there was an interesting thing that happened. Apparently, God decided he still needed to sand me down, right? Like what I thought was finished, what I thought was the finish line for me, it turned out that he still was going to sand me down. He was going to put on some primer, right? He was going to put on some paint, and he was still creating something new. Something new where I still had a way to effectively help people in automotive. I still get to be a part of that. That's still a part of me. It's something that I absolutely love, but now I get to do it on an even bigger scale that I never imagined. Now I get to jump into dealerships around the country and help them grow their businesses. Now I get to meet new people. Now I get to stand on stages. Now I get to go to Forbes and meet the people at Forbes Entertainment. And I get to spend some time with Eric Thomas. And I get to do things like spend a weekend with my wife in the house battling the flu and taking our relationship to all new levels. And so what's interesting is I honestly thought I was done. I thought the GM position was the finish line, but it wasn't. That was a false finish line. There was still so much more that God has in store for me. You know, I was talking to my mom yesterday. I was talking to Mom, and we were just talking about how when she first, we moved my mom, my wife and I decided that we were going to buy my mom a house because I got off a phone call with her. It was a Sunday, and I got off the phone with my mom, and I swear, as soon as I got off the phone, I just thought, man, my mom's sitting back home. She was 2,000 miles away from us. I'm like, my mom is sitting back home, and she's already not looking forward to Monday. Here it is Sunday morning, and she's already not looking forward to Monday. I was like, hey, how are you doing? She's like, I'm fine, but not looking forward to work tomorrow. And I'm just like, man, that's miserable. So I talked to my wife, and we put together some money, and we were able to buy my parents a house, right? So we bought them a house, and we moved them to Kentucky. And now that my mom is in Kentucky, she's retired, she's not working. But what's happened is, see, when my mom was in Flagstaff, she thought that was kind of the finish line. The job that she had, she figured she'd just work there until she couldn't work there anymore. And they were going to be in the house that they'd always been in. And that was just kind of the finish line. That's where she thought it was done. But in reality, what she didn't know was in reality, God had a bigger plan for her. He was still working on her. And so he moved Mom here, and he sanded her down, right? He sanded her down, and he put some primer on there, and now he's starting to paint a new picture where my mom is a part of my kids' lives every single day, where my mom comes to the house and she helps my wife, especially in times like this. You know, we got a house full of 6 kids with the flu, and guess what? Grandma was in the house helping. Grandma was coming by. She brought my wife some Reese's peanut butter cups just to make her feel better. Grandma goes to church with me on Sundays. The kids pull on her and beg for her to stay. You see, what my mom thought was the finish line, that was a false finish line. Now my mom's job and her purpose is to be the absolute best grandma that she can possibly be. She can be the absolute best version of herself by fulfilling the needs and the desires of others, by spending time with my kids, by instilling in them the things that she instilled in me, by helping them make an impact on this planet the way that she's helped me make an impact on this planet. She wasn't done yet. But see, when she thought it was the finish line, when she thought that was it, she was miserable. She was happy in her marriage, but she was miserable in all the other aspects. Now she's got light. Now she's got joy. Now she's excited to wake up every single day and live. She's going to the soccer games and the basketball games and all of those things. And it's an incredible transformation. Once she got rid of the thought that was the finish line and realized there's so much more, everything changed. My sister's getting ready to make some changes in her life, and I'm sharing these women with you because they're so powerful and so important to me. My sister's making some changes in her life right now. All of her kids have grown up. She's kind of got the empty nest thing going on, and so she's transitioning a little bit. She's starting to create new ideas and new ways that she can live, and she's starting to realize that what she originally thought was the finish line is actually just a new starting line. It's a new life for her, a new existence. It looks different for her now. Her future is bright. She's opening her eyes. She went to Eric Thomas's conference in Scottsdale, and she learned some new things, and she did the goalkeepers group with us, the 2019 goalkeepers group, and these are things that my sister never would have done before, but she's starting to realize that what she thought was the finish line actually wasn't the finish line. And see, what ends up happening, my friends, and the reason that I think this is so important that we talk about this week, is sometimes when we think something is the finish line, it creates this void. We start to create a void in our hearts, a void in our minds. We start to think that there's nothing left, or that we can't reach higher levels, or that there's nowhere left to go. And that void leads to depression, it leads to anger, it leads to many issues chemically and physically, obesity, the way we look at ourselves physically, the way that we choose to do drugs or alcohol, or the way that we treat others. All of these things stem from a void. Because what we thought was a finish line, what we assumed was a finish line, we got there. We got to that point, and now what? And I'm here to tell you, those are false finish lines. The hey, if I just have this much money, then this, that's a false finish line. Hey, if I just can reach this point, this position, then this, that's a false finish line. That's when you're up by 8.5 points and you're winning, and you think the game's over, and it's not yet. I'm here to tell you, friends, you see, when you reach these points, when you reach these goals, when you reach these milestones, when you reach a certain age, when you reach these points, I need you to understand that is the time that you need to double down. That is the time that you got to go even harder than ever. You see, there's so many players that reach high levels. They reach high levels in the NFL, the NBA, and they think, oh, that's the finish line. I have to get to the NFL. And then 2 years later, they're bagging groceries because they thought getting to the NFL was the finish line. They gave up because they were up 8.5 points with 2.5 minutes to go. They quit playing hard. They quit putting in the work. If you are alive and breathing today, then you're not finished yet. You have so much more. And I'm begging you, I'm pleading with you to take a good hard look and go, all right, how can I double down on what I have now? How can I reach higher levels of what I have now? How can I impact this planet in such a way with where I am now and what I have now? I don't care if you're 65. What do you got? What are your assets? What do you have to give? What can you share? Who can you impact? Who can you influence? I don't care if you're 18 years old. What have you got? What are your assets? What do you have to share? Who can you influence? How are you designed? Because see, you're not done yet. You're not done yet. And if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I made this mistake, and now my whole life is destroyed. It's over. I can never get back from this. I'm never going to be able to recover from this. I'm never going to be able to live through this. I'm here to tell you, you're wrong. It's not true. Don't listen to those voices in your head. You have so much value. You have so much worth. You're not done yet. It's just sandpaper roughing things up. It's just sandpaper roughing things up so that we can put on a coat of primer, so that you can get that oil-based paint, so you can become the beautiful masterpiece that you were created to be. Because see, you have to understand something, my friend. You are a child of God. Uniquely made by the God of the universe, God who made everything. He made you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And you're already starting to make some good decisions. You're watching hashtag Rise and Grind. You're in the Rise and Grind group. You're starting to smile more. You're breaking out your Rise and Grind planners. You're doing your positive things. You're writing down your goals. All of these decisions that you're making, all of these little incremental things, they're starting to add up. They're making an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. They're making an impact on me. And I, for one, absolutely love you for it. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. And if nobody's told you that yet this morning, I want to be the first. I want to be the first to start off your Monday and let you know that you are loved. Listen, my friends, if you need more videos like this, go to GlennLundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, go to GlennLundy.com. If you want this flag right here, which is amazing, go to Rustic America, RUSTIK, rusticamerica.com/Rise and Grind. Go get you one of those. And most importantly, come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. I'll try not to have a Darth Vader voice. We'll try to get this show on the road. We've been transitioning to this new studio, and I know there's been all kinds of debacles and things like that. And that's part of it, man. It's a live show. We are evolving. We're taking some sandpaper. We're roughing things up. We were comfortable up in the studio at the house. It was easy. We woke up. We put our pajamas on. We went upstairs. We did a great show. We did that for over 300 episodes. So now we're in the big studio. Now we're becoming big time. We're going to the next level. See, what we thought was the finish line, that wasn't the finish line. That wasn't the finish line. So time to double down. And yes, there's going to be some hiccups along the way. And I appreciate you guys running through these hiccups with me. That's just part of it. So I appreciate you. I love you. I hope you have an incredible, amazing, fantastic, over the top, just the best day you've ever had in your entire life. And come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. I should probably play some outro music. How about that? What's up,